Hey, it's Fran Harris with another question of the day in 3, 2, and go. Why are people so afraid of selling? Why are people so afraid of selling? I understand. It's weird. It's interesting. It's uncomfortable sometimes. I worked for maybe 4 or 5 years for Procter & Gamble as a sales associate and then as a sales manager. And one of the things I learned at Procter & Gamble, I've taken with me to this day. It was the school of hard knocks for me to learn this, because I think a lot of people think that selling is about charisma and it's about being articulate and knowing how to jazz. It's none of that. I learned at Procter & Gamble, I got the greatest sales pedigree, the greatest sales training at Procter & Gamble. It is about your sales system. It is about the protocol that you follow as you're selling. And I'm just going to tell you. So Procter & Gamble sends us to this sales school, right? And they tell us this is the format you follow until the customer signs on the dotted line, right? And so you're like, yeah. I'm charismatic. I'm cool. I'm Fran Harris. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to follow that sometimes. And then when I get really good at your protocol, then I'm going to do my own thing, right? So I start following the protocol. This is what you do. You summarize the situation. You explain what's going to happen next. Great sales training. Then, so I think I get promoted. I think I'm really good at my job. And I started doing my own thing. I started going out of order for the protocol. I'm doing all this stuff. Guess what? Sales started dipping. And I was like, what is going on? I'm talking to my manager. What's going on? I was doing so well. So she says, let me go out with you. Let me see you do your sales call. So I go do a sales call, went totally out of order, just completely ignored the protocol and the order I'm supposed to go in. And guess what? Didn't sell as much as I normally did. So we're at lunch after the sales call. My manager's very direct too. And so she was like, yeah, so I noticed that you weren't following the protocol, the format. I was like, yeah, I thought I'd do my own thing. You know, I'm good at this. I'm charismatic. And she was like, really? Okay. And so did the results that you got, did they show that you are doing good, doing things well? And I was like, oh, you had to bring up the results. Okay. So I understand what you're saying. Follow the format, follow the protocol. And I'm laughing because it was so obvious that the difference between the results I got at the beginning of that year and the results I was getting in the middle of the year had nothing to do with anything other than the fact that I was not following the format, the protocol for successful selling. And so a lot of times people get really anxious about selling because they don't know what to do. And they also get really anxious about selling because they're afraid of rejection. But here's the thing. If you follow a successful selling system, then it will logically and psychologically lead the prospect to the sale. If you are talking to the right person about the right product for them, which means it's a fit at the right time, you are more than likely going to sell that person. But if you're talking to the wrong audience and you're not talking to them at the right time, it probably will have nothing to do with the price or anything like that. Certain things have to be in place for a sale to take place. But more importantly, you have to follow a logical sales pitch and the script in order to be successful at selling. That's just the way it is. Charisma is good. Being articulate is good. Having a great personality is fine. But there are some things that have to happen in a persuasive selling format that make you much more likely to close your sales. So I thought I would share that with you guys. If you're out there and you're wondering how to close more sales, how to become better at selling stuff, it's probably, you just need to find the right sales format and the right sales script to make you have the results that you want. So until next time, go out there, make your move, make your mark, and make your difference. See you.